Have you ever had that moment of panic where you check your bank account and think, surely I've been hacked?
You look at the number, and it doesn't make sense. You didn't buy a boat. You didn't book a private jet. You just lived. You bought groceries, gas, lunch, and yet, somehow, half your paycheck has just ghosted you.
You feel like you're doing everything normal, but the math just isn't working out anymore. We are sleepwalking into price hikes until one day you realize you're paying premium prices for basic stuff. Let's start with the one that genuinely shocks me every time I leave the house. The drive-thru delusion. Suddenly, a burger, fries, and a shake costs $18. $18. You are now paying sit-down restaurant prices to eat in your car. It's not about judging the food, but while the drive-thru hits your wallet in the face, something else is hitting it quietly. The streaming service Spiderweb. Each one is only $15, which feels like nothing, but stack them up and you're dropping $100 a month on TV. We pay for the possibility of watching, not the reality. We hold onto these like security blankets due to FOMO. Speaking of FOMO, that brings us to the most expensive habit of all, the tech upgrade cycle. But September rolls around, the keynote happens, and suddenly your perfectly good phone feels old. The new one has a titanium finish or a 4% bigger lens, and our brains tell us we need it. We treat phones like fashion accessories, but if you upgrade every 2 years, you're paying rent for a pocket rectangle. Companies have mastered making us feel behind, but the only thing you're really leaving behind is your savings.
Now, if $8 for a burger is wild, we have to talk about the wealth destroyer in your driveway, the new car trap.
Cars are emotional. You get that promotion. You want to feel like an adult, so you head to the dealership. You sign for that shiny SUV, smell that new car smell, and you feel amazing. But the dealership hopes you never do the math. That new car smell is actually the scent of money burning. The exact second you drive off the lot, it loses 20% of its value. You haven't even gotten it home yet. It is the only asset guaranteed to crash in value immediately. And since most of us finance it, we pay interest to. It's a double whammy. You're losing money on depreciation and interest for something becoming worthless. A 3-year-old used car has the same features but costs half as much because the first owner took the punch. But the status trap doesn't stop in the garage. It follows us into our closets with the logo tax. I'm not talking about buying brands. Spoiler alert, it's not same cotton, same factory. The only difference is the logo. We are paying for quality. We are paying to be a walking billboard. The wealthy people know the secret. Nobody cares. They notice the brand for a second and move on. You are going into debt to impress strangers who aren't even paying attention to you. This pressure has invaded our living rooms with the curated home. People are actually financing furniture. Please never pay interest on a couch. Companies offer payment plans, and we do it for the perfect aesthetic. You are paying interest on fabric your dog sleeps on. By the time you pay it off, it's worn.
It all comes down to status spending. We buy utility-free items just to project an image.
We want to look rich, but the irony is, the more you spend looking wealthy, the harder it is to be wealthy. Real wealth isn't loud, it's quiet.
It's having options, like a bank account that handles emergencies without panic.
It's the freedom to quit a toxic job because you have 6 months of expenses saved up.
But you cannot have that freedom if your paycheck is already carved up by debt and overpriced clothes. So where does this leave us? You can either look wealthy or you can be wealthy. You cannot do both.
The solution isn't to live like a monk. It's to stop playing a game that is rigged against you.
The world screams at you to consume, but the moment you realize keeping up is a myth, you become free.
Imagine if you took that $600 car payment and $100 subscription stack and just kept it. Or better yet, invested it. Suddenly, you aren't paying for the past. You are building an engine for freedom. This is conscious spending. Spend extravagantly on joy, like a vacation or hobble, but cut costs mercilessly on what doesn't matter.
Stop buying things to impress the audience in your head. When you stop caring about the newest phone or the brand on your shirt, you give yourself an immediate raise.
You start building a gap between what you earn and what you spend. That is where peace lives. That is where you stop stressing about the price of eggs and start planning your early retirement. It's not about deprivation. It's about deciding that your financial peace is worth more than a logo.
Look, I know this is hard. We are fighting billions of dollars in marketing design to make us insecure. But you have the power to opt out. You can start today by picking one category and reclaiming that money. If this helped you see your money differently, hit that like button so we can help others, and don't forget to subscribe.